All right, fellow patriots, welcome back to another Friday Mental Jujitsu. My name is Michael Buell, and I will be your sensei. Hiya! All right, guys, it's always negative stuff, third world communist, Islamic, left wing lunatics, and overthrow. And now we got guns. Guns are a big back into the news. So let me just talk about this gun stuff. I'm thinking about being on this gun ban team also. I've been hearing about guns driving vehicles into Christmas markets and then yelling Allah Akbar. I've been hearing about guns randomly just popping up and start shooting while yelling Allah Akbar. I've heard of guns sexually abusing little girls for 50 years in Europe. I've heard about guns chopping off baby Jesus' head at the nativity scenes and even sexually abusing the live donkeys. I don't know what's wrong with these guns, but yeah, man, you got to ban stuff like that. I've heard guns are burning churches, even burning Christmas trees. How about these guns we invited in and they've been stealing billions of dollars of our taxes? Yeah, man. Even these guns are proclaiming they want to have their own gun caliphate within our lands. So yeah, man, ban the guns. I want these gun banners. All right, but it's always negative stuff. Let's talk about something nice. Let's talk about a festival, about the return. The return of what? The return of the sun. It's called Yule. Yule is the Norse pagan festival celebrating the return of the sun. Yule coincides with the winter solstice. Winter solstice will be this Sunday, December 21st. Winter solstice is the shortest day and the longest night. Every day after that, the days get longer and the nights get shorter till you run into the summer solstice. Then it flip flops and starts over again. Yule is the celebration. Winter solstice is the astronomical event. Speaking of astronomical events, there's a meteor, comet, spaceship from another galaxy universe traveling through tonight. So watch out for tonight. That is happening tonight. It's called Three Eye Atlas. All right. Anyway, so the astronomical event is winter solstice, and they celebrate it. It's a 12 days of winter of Yule, 12 days of Yule, and it starts tomorrow night, and it's called Mother's Night, and is to celebrate your female ancestors and the female god. So how cool is that? And it ends the last day, the 12th day is New Year's Eve, December 31st. Now check this out. The gift bringer is Odin. Odin does something on Midswinter's Night called the Wild Hunt, where he collects bad people or something like that. And one of his things while he's doing this collecting people is he stops off at kids' houses that leave their boots by the fireplace with hay and carrots in them for his eight-legged horse Sleipnir. So he'll ride in, his horse will eat the treats, and then he leaves candy and toys for the kids. Where do you know that story from? All right, so here's some traditions. Burning the Yule log for 12 days, representing the rebirth of the sun. Decorating evergreen trees. I bet you have one in your house right now. You want to Norse pagan it up a little bit, add some apples, nuts, candles, carvings of the gods, holly, and or mistletoe. How cool would that be? Feasting and merrymaking is a big part of this festival. I don't know exactly what that means to me, drinking meat and chasing women, right? That's what that's merrymaking is. I don't make the rules. I simply abide by them, people. Exchanging gifts, homemade crafts, woven items, carved wood, spiced food like gingerbread, livestock, and weapons. Of course, they are Vikings after all. If you'd like to get your loved one a flamethrower for Christmas, you go see my man Tommy Tank Vaughn at Diamond State Arms and be like the Vikings. All right, guys. Honoring the gods and ancestors. They do it by storytelling. They do it with lighting candles, like bringing in the light and pushing out the darkness. They set a place at the table, an empty spot for somebody. And of course, they're Vikings, so they're going to sacrifice a goat. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And always remember to resist and assist. I'm out.